What is up everybody, I'm hoping you're all well and welcome back to the next episode of my Suggestion Sunday series, a series in which I choose a random movie selected by you guys in the comment section below and tell you my thoughts about it. And today's suggestion comes from someone who's been following my channel from very far back, and he suggested a movie that I've heard a lot about but I've never actually seen, which I'm surprised at because it is directed by Zack Snyder and I'm a really big fan of Zack Snyder's films. So the fact that I'd never actually seen this film and a lot of people have actually told me to watch it as well give me all the more reason to sit myself down, watch this movie and share my thoughts about it with you. And as always, before we get into this review, this is a Suggestion Sunday series. If you are unfamiliar with this at the moment, all you have to do, if there is any movie that you would like me to review, let me know in the comment section below of this video, and next week I will choose one out at random and review it for you guys. Now with that intro out of the way and without any further delay, let's get on to this review. Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole. So Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole follows Soren, a very young owl who has been brought up on these stories of the legends of the Guardians and their battles with these other evil owls. However, when this evil starts to resurface with even darker intentions than they had before, it's down to Soren to find the Guardians and bring them back to take this evil down once again. And after seeing this movie for the first time, I have to say I am so gutted I didn't watch it for the first time when it was released back in 2009, because this was such an enjoyable film. I loved this movie. And the fact that it hasn't got a sequel is just mind-blowing to me. This was made back in 2009 and there's still no sequel for this film. And so I did what I normally don't do after watching a movie. I thought I'd have a look at what Rotten Tomatoes thought of this, and it got 51%. This movie was rated 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, the movie didn't even make half of its budget back, which is just mind-blowing to me that people didn't go and see this film. I mean, it just screams that sort of classic movie vibe, such as like Labyrinth or Dark Crystal or some movies that I grew up with when I was a kid. I feel like this movie should really be considered a classic for the children who were growing up around 2009 who have actually seen this film. The movie itself is directed by Zack Snyder, who up until this point had only directed the R-rated movies such as Dawn of the Dead 300 and Watchmen, all great movies by the way, highly recommend checking those out. So part of me feels like maybe parents who were familiar with his work didn't want to take their kids to see a PG rated movie that he was doing, in favour of pushing the boundaries a little bit too much. But then again, Martin Scorsese did the same thing with Hugo, which was widely accepted by critics and audiences alike. Again, another great movie, you should definitely check it out. But say what you want about Zack Snyder, the guy is a very competent director when he's focusing on projects that he actually loves. I mean, I don't necessarily think he's a very good writer, just have a look at Sucker Punch for that. But in terms of action scenes, the guy knows how to add excitement into his films. Every single action scene in his movies, you can't deny, has some element of excitement in there. And this movie is no different. The action scenes in this movie were enthralling. I was on the edge of my seat while watching a lot of them. I think it also has that the characters in this movie were genuinely likable. They were great. All the characters were well fleshed out. No one really felt out of place in this movie. The dialogue between the characters worked really well, and there were a lot of genuinely funny moments in this movie as well. And the visual effects for this movie are just glorious. They are absolutely beautiful. One scene in particular where Soren's flying through the rain and it goes into a sort of slow-mo bit where you can see the raindrops around him and some lightning in the background. That is just beautiful. I think there's a poster of it somewhere. If there is and I can find it, I'll put it up on the screen for you guys to have a look at. But honestly, in the movie, it's a completely different experience. It is just so stunning to see. And that level of beauty in the cinematography continues throughout this entire movie. There's a lot of bright, vivid colours, which is rare for a Zack Snyder film. There are also some more dull and darker scenes which are there to fit the tone of that particular scene. There's some very intense moments, a few scary moments here and there, but there are also a lot of moments of genuine happiness. Moments that will make you laugh and make you smile, and I think that's definitely one of the biggest positives that I can give this movie. It's just a genuinely good time. My only real issue with this movie is there's a sibling rivalry in this film, which, while done well, I feel like it could have been fleshed out more at the beginning. There are certain things that this character does that I don't feel he's earned the right of doing. I understand that they're trying to make us want to go against his character in some sort of way, but he did a certain thing in this film involving his little sister that I didn't really think fit with him. It didn't fit with the character that had already been portrayed. Like, I understand his hatred towards his brother Soren, but I feel like the rest of his family he still would have had some sort of care towards. The only other issue that I have other than that is an issue that isn't really a fault of the movie, but I wanted more. It felt so quick that I wanted more at the end, and the fact that it set up a sequel that it hasn't got really upsets me. I really want to see this story continue because it so clearly set up a sequel that I'm now really excited to see that I know I'm not going to get to see. So if you haven't actually seen this movie yet, I do highly recommend checking it out because it is a hell of a good time. I love the majority of this film. I was on the edge of my seat. The visuals are beautiful. The voice acting as well is fantastic. The characters are likable. The dialogue works really well, and Zack Snyder did a fantastic job helming this film. And so for all those reasons, I'm going to give Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole 4 stars. So, Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole. Have you guys seen it? What are your thoughts about it? Whatever they are, let me know in the comment section below. And as mentioned in the intro, this is a Suggestion Sunday series, so if there are any movies that you would like me to review, let me know in the comment section below and I will select one out at random, ready for next week's review. Thanks as always for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.